Hi my friends, how are you? I'm Laura and this is the lesson number 4 of our 30 days technique program for belly dance. So in this class, in this lesson, I'm going to teaching you the Arabic step that is the most famous step for belly dance. Every dance has its own special step, the one who comes often, the one who really identify the style of dance. So also belly dance has its own step and we call it Arabic. Why we call it Arabic? Because actually in all the styles of Oriental dance of any country of the Oriental world, so from Morocco until the Gulf countries, we have different styles of dance, but this step you will meet it in all the styles. For this reason the name is Arabic. First of all, we prepare our posture. So our shoulder is always a little bit down, our chest up, our belly button a little bit in, and we keep our upper body straight and strong and our lower body a little bit bended and strong in the floor. After this, maybe we can put our arms in second position to start, just to have more balance. And most of this step will be done on high heels, but just to learn the step first, I will do it flat in the floor. So let's start with one leg, as we can do it with both. Let's say our left leg, and we do this a step like this: forward and back. And again, this is one Arabic step complete, so it's 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward and back, and forward and back. As always in this dance, you have to focus on the most important movement and maybe forget a little bit the second leg. What is not really important, that you will just follow the leader movement. So in this case, the leader movement, the leader leg is the one we are putting forward and back, and the other one is just following. So forward, back, forward, back, forward and back. The same things, of course, it works on the other leg. So let's try just to be sure that everything works at the same time. So my right leg, forward and back, and forward and back. It's important that every time you step up every single foot. So step, 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 step. As you can see, one step, one leg go forward and back, and the other one is always on the spot, on this place. I turn just to show you also from the back. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and I can change the leg, of course. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. So this is basically the step, but now we have to put some, let's say, Oriental spices to make it more tasty. First of all, we go on our heels up, and this will make our move more how to say, more feminine, more sensual, as we can move better our pelvis. So every time I go forward, let's put our position again, and we need the belly button in just to have more strength. Every time I go forward, I want to show a little bit my this hip, so I want to stretch this hip and maybe twist it just a little bit in this way. Forward and go back in the normal position, forward and back, and forward. As you can see, I don't go down, never. During the step, I always stay up on my heels. Forward and back. Your knees are bended, and back. And turn a little bit. Not only turn and push, but in a soft way. It's not a shock, it's not tuck. No, in this case it's just stretch and go back, stretch. When I go back, I put my hips, my pelvis in the same line, so I don't turn in the other side. 1 and 2, and turn a little bit, and 2, and stretch. And do you want to show show your hip and back, and show and back. And of course we can do it in the other side with the other legs, forward and back, and forward and back. Again, stretch well and back, and stretch and well and back. If you are a little bit more advanced level, of course you can put some shimmy on this step, at least when you go forward. It's not the topic of this lesson. We will have another lesson especially for shimmies on steps, but if you already can do it, please do it. So every time I go forward, I also do shimmy, shimmy and back, and shimmy and back. The shimmy comes from the feet. For the ones who are a little bit more advanced level, or at least intermediate, forward and back, and change, forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. Then another important things to consider also is how to do the change between one leg and the other one. Let's count together in a time of 4. So 1 and back, and 2 and back, and 3 and back, and 4 and close. Change, 1 and back, and 2 and back, and 3 if you want, shimmy back, and 4 and close, and change, and 1. Now we change every 2. 1 and back, and 2 and close, and change, and 1 and back, and 1 and close, and change, forward and back, and forward and close, and change, and forward and back, and forward and close, and back. So now maybe wants to change every one. The important thing is that every time you have to close your leg before preparing the other one with the change. So in this case, 1, close, change, 1. We don't have the time to go back, forward and close, back, forward and close, and forward and close, and forward and close. How it's going? Maybe the change is a little bit a problem. If it's the first time you meet this step, don't worry. Time by time it will become easier and easier and easier, especially with the music, and we will try immediately with the music. But first I want to show you also a variation of the same step, and in this case Arabic step. But we do it in our side instead of our back. So instead of doing forward and back, let's try forward and side, and forward and side, and forward and side, and forward and side. Now that we go in the side, let's do something more. Maybe we can give a little bit an accent, like forward. I want to remind you to stretch and turn a little bit your hip. And when you go side, so you have to put really one foot side to the other, you give a little bit an accent thanks to the bended knees. So tuck again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and close, and change, and 1 and side, and 1 and side. If it's difficult for you, maybe take out the accent, just put the feet, put the foot, 1 and 2 and 1 and close, and change, and 1 every 2, tuck, and 1 and tuck, and sorry, I told you every 2, so we have to change, close and change, and 1 and tuck, and 1 and close and change, and 1 and tuck, and 1 and close and change, 1 and tuck, and 1 and finish. Voila. So let's try maybe with some rhythm, some music, under, and we practice a little bit together these two steps with shimmy, without shimmy, as you want. The most important, the exchange between one leg and another. Let's try together. 7, 8. faster comparing on what we tried before, but of course the music is not always slow. Also the Oriental music sometimes can be very, very fast. So it means that you need to practice and to repeat it many times until it becomes a kind of automatic in your body. So I hope you enjoyed this step and this class. Actually, I use this step very much in all my choreography, so useful to learn it. If you like it, please write me comments, ask me whatever you want, and in any case, see you tomorrow for the next lesson. Peace.